here at the Modern Homesteader. It is another beautiful day and our laundry list of garden chores is through the roof. We are on day 27 of the 40-day homestead challenge. We are going to try and make some tomato cages to do our tomatoes. We're going to be planting some seeds. I'm going to be checking out and assessing what we need to do. We're going to move some buckets up. I think I'm going to do some herbs in buckets. We have a whole lot of work planned. We'll see how much I actually get done. I was walking by and noticed a couple of things about our sunflowers. They are growing and look good, but the weeds are also growing. So we might do some weeding, add some mulch to those today. But the height of these sunflowers is looking really, really good. I think we'll take off the netting, pull some weeds, add some mulch, put the netting back down, and see how it goes today. They need a little TLC. Well, I was just checking on our carrots. I don't think any of them made it. I planted a bunch of carrot seedlings that had sprouted. They're usually slow to grow, but bad news, I don't think they made it. I'm not sure if the mulch is too heavy for them. They were so little. I was hoping to plant a second round of carrots so we have continual harvest, but when I plant those either today or tomorrow, I think it's gonna have to just replace our first round because I do not see carrots. Here's one. It looks very rough. Here's a couple of the others. They are not making it. Take a look. I don't know what the trouble is. I don't know why they're not making it, but we'll try again. I've got plenty of carrot seeds. I've got 3 varieties, lots of seeds left. I will try to plant some now and then again in 2 weeks and we'll see how it goes. I am, however, encouraged by the fact that we have at least one pepper on our pepper plant. It's looking pretty good. He's growing up nice. I will try and cage him today. If we have some cages, tomatoes are the first things, and then I'll see if I can get a cage on that guy as well. I'm checking in on our corn. It is looking really good. This is actually our popcorn that we're hoping to grow and let dry on the stalk. We'll see, but it is looking very good. It's looking healthy and tall so far. I may end up needing to thin it more. I looked again last night and I think I planted it correctly to thinning, but I may have to pull some out so that we have some that they aren't so close that they end up being pretty weak. I'm going to spend a little bit of time trying to prepare this last garden bed and maybe putting a couple of the watermelon in there. We won't be able to plant as much if we put it there, but we just don't have another area already ready. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to put a few down. I've got a few that have sprouted and hopefully they'll do better than our carrots did. Sunflowers. When I put the netting on it, I designed it so that it would be easy to pull this one up. It just had one staple on the top of each stake. All I had to do was take that out. I'm going to fold this over, weed a little bit, put some more mulch on it, and then I just have to come back and staple this middle row back. Shouldn't be hard. Give them a little TLC, although they're looking pretty good. All right, we've mulched all the sunflowers. I've done just a little bit of weeding. It's not the perfect place, but it's much better than it was. Getting ready to staple the fabric back. Before I do, I'm going to measure how tall they are. I think this one is probably one of our tallest, and it is measuring, this is our garden ruler. It's another handy tool to always have out. It's not quite 7 inches. Here's 6 and here's 7. So that one's looking good. I'm not sure which one is our smallest. We have a few that haven't done so well, but they're still looking healthy. They're just kind of pitiful. That guy's about 2 inches, and most of the rest of them are somewhere in between. He's about 6. So I'm thrilled. A couple of weeks, 6 inches. They all look healthy. None of them look withered, wilted, brown, yellow. They look great. Hopefully 2 weeks from now, they'll be even taller. That was quick and easy. I used, 6 staples. It took me less than 2 minutes to just put everything back, protected from the chickens. A good temporary, cheap, easy way to protect young, precious produce or whatever you may be growing from your chickens. Simple solution. Hopefully we'll pull it up in a couple of weeks.
Well, Melinda's been hard at work, and I don't know, maybe even harder than I have been. but I've actually been up here working in a different area in the property. You probably saw let's see, I think it was a couple of days ago, our video where we were talking about some of the top 5 tools for homesteaders. And if you didn't, I'll link that right up here so that way you can see it again. But one of the tools that I mentioned in there was that nice weeding tool. And I took it, you remember, and I chopped back and forth, and it worked pretty well, but I said it was a really good workout. Well, you know, it's actually too much of a workout, and I don't mind admitting that I've been licked. So I actually did pull out my weed eater. I started with this on Saturday a little bit. It's Monday today, so I'm doing a little bit more. We have a lot of ditch up here, so I'm working on trying to just hack this back with the weed eater, and then if we can get on top of it, then maybe we can still use that weeding tool. Well, I don't mind admitting that that's actually a heck of a lot easier. So we made a lot of progress there. That probably wasn't maybe 10 minutes or so of work. Still got just a little bit longer left to go. We've got that part done, and now we can move on to the next step. It's great to have help here on our homestead. The kids will work, they'll work generously, but sometimes we give them just a little bit of extra incentive and we get some extra work done. I've asked them to move this entire pile of limbs that I've pulled up. As I said, this is an area that we don't often come to in our yard, but I've pulled down a lot of limbs and things that were just kind of just in the way whenever it was time to mow. So we're gonna get that and we're gonna throw that off out into the woods. And what they don't know is there's a really cool special treat coming for them after they get done. One thing we were talking about this morning with our garden is our tomato plants. They're looking okay, but they're not looking spectacular, and we're not really sure why. Let me show you what we're talking about. As you can see, they're alive, but they don't look very big. They're not very green. It's just not what I would normally expect to see with tomato plants. So I'm not really sure if we've done something wrong, or if this is just kind of where they are right now. So we got these tomato plants as a gift from a great man at church, Mr. Jeff. And Mr. Jeff is a regular watcher of our videos. So Mr. Jeff, if you're looking at this, we need some help. We need to figure out what's going on. And if you know something about tomatoes, we'd love to hear from you as well. Just leave something in the comments below. Tell us, does that look normal, or are they really actually sick? So we want to see what we can do to get them healthy. The chickens have been watered. We've done a lot of weeding. I got to take care of the stuff out there along the roadside. Melinda has done a lot in our garden beds today. We feel really good, but it's coming up on 1 o'clock and it's time to shut it down. Mainly because it's gonna get really hot. It already is kind of hot, and we just don't want to be outside working anymore. It is a holiday, so we'd like to enjoy a little bit of time. But I've got one errand that I'm gonna run, and I'm gonna take you on that here in just a little bit. It's a special item that we're gonna get. We wouldn't normally get out to take care of something like this on a day like today, but this is the only day that this guy could meet us. So I'm gonna run in, I'm gonna clean up here really quickly, and then see if we can go and meet him for that special item. And then later today, we're gonna be doing a cookout. Well, we got cleaned up, feel a whole lot better. It was a great morning work session out there, and I've got Elliot with me, and we are on our way now to run that special errand that I mentioned just a few minutes ago. So we have discovered that there are times where we need a certain type of lawnmower that's in between a riding mower and a weed eater. And normally that would be a push mower, and we actually have a push mower, but it's kind of been dead for a little while, and I don't know what's wrong. And at this point, I'm not entirely sure if we're going to be able to get it repaired. But even beyond that, I've always had my eye on a reel mower, R-E-E-L, not R-E-A-L, reel mower. That is, it's manually operated. You push it, it turns the blades. You stop pushing, it stops turning. So real simple. Now, we're not going to try to do all of our property with this. We're still going to use a riding mower. But we've got some areas where we need to get into the garden, we need to get into some pretty tight places where this would be helpful. So we have found an awesome one on Craigslist, just seemingly the right price, so we're on our way to get it right now. All right, we've got it. This is it. It's gonna need a little sharpening, but we knew that and we're okay, but we gotta get it in the car. All right, come on, bud. All right, we got it in. Let's take it home.
Yep.
Well, we got that lawnmower back home. It's really cool. It's going to need some sharpening, like we said, but I think it's going to work out pretty well. We gave it a little bit of a test drive on part of the grass, and it cut it. So that's good news. And as I said, we're not going to be using this thing to cut our entire lawn. That's entirely too much. But we can use it for cutting inside the garden area, and that's what we're excited about. Katie, what are you doing?
Feeding the scraps to the chickens.
Feeding the scraps to the chickens. They are going to be excited to see you.
They are.
Oh, okay. Well, that clearly didn't go well. Katie's had a rough day, and well, we got it picked up and given to the chickens anyway, but that's real life, and we've always told you we're cultivating real life. So we've got to go and tend to her now. So that's it for today. Thank you for joining us for day 27 of the 40-day Cultivating Real Life Homestead Challenge. We've got to go in now and take care of a sweet little 3-year-old girl who's feeling a little tender. And we just pulled all of our food in off of the grill, and we're getting ready to eat. So happy Memorial Day. Thanks for spending a little bit of it with us, and we will see you tomorrow for day 28 of the 40-day Cultivating Real Life Homestead Challenge. Have a great evening.